Yeah, yeah. All right. Shalom, shalom. I am Priest and Officer Dawashab of the ISUPK, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana, and we've been teaching the truth since 1969. Tonight is the Monday night mandatory class, scripture breakdown, where we'll be going over any questions that you may have in regards to the Bible, outside of the Bible, about life, whatever the question may be. Feel free to ask it in this class. You can type it in the chat, the YouTube chat. What I also did, I provided the link. The link is posted in the YouTube chat as well too. So if you want to join the live, just click on the link so that way you can ask your questions directly, or you can type it in, whatever you feel comfortable with doing. All right. See a couple people signing in. Shalom, shalom, sis. Yahweh Shamar Alathun Ba'Shem Yahushua to all my sisters. Yahweh Shamar Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah to all my brothers. Everybody that's tuning in. The water, the water. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just give y'all a brief moment to formulate your questions, find it, gather it wherever you probably written it at, and to go ahead and ask. All right. So I'll give y'all a little bit of time for that. All right. So in the meantime, if y'all want, y'all can type in the chat how y'all feeling, how y'all day was going, and everything. How you been? How you been? Let me know. Mm, It's Hoodoo in Louisiana. What's going on? Got a question or comment?
Peace, peace. How you doing?
Oh, is this what's your name? The mulattoism? Is you?
Yes, but this is my different page though. This is
You made it.
Hoodoo in Louisiana Voodoo. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. So you made a whole nother page? You made a new page?
You breaking up a little bit. It might be my phone. I didn't hear you. What you said, brother?
Nah. Go ahead. You got a question or comment or something?
Yeah, it'll be brief. Can you hear me clearly? I just want to make sure I'm not going in and out.
Real quick, is it about Haiti?
Well, I really called to ask you your opinion
What? What about Haiti? What you want to know?
about Trump canceling the TPS for Haitians, brother.
I asked you a question before that you never got to answer. Like I don't know why you never answered it, but I asked you what was your
But
nationality. Can you tell me who you are? Like let me get some background about
yes,
who you are.
yes. My nationality is American, U.S.
Uh-huh.
American,
Uh-huh. Okay, so American as an African American, Asian American, European
African
American,
American.
African American. All right, I appreciate that, brother. And your question is, how do I feel about Trump revoking the TPS status?
Yeah, and just so it don't seem like I'm trying to ask you, put you in the trick bag, I can tell you my
Uh-huh.
stance first, but I'm curious to hear yours, really, sincerely,
Okay.
bro, really.
Okay. Well, my answer is the white man is the devil. The Bible speaks of. That's my answer. That's my short answer. You know what I mean? Hey, Shalom, ICPK Tampa. Was that suffice for you?
Well, what I'm asking is, and I'll tell you my stance, just so it doesn't sound like I'm trying to be deceptive. In the
Hmm.
long run, it's my
Oh, that's awesome,
estimation that.
Bazaar. What's going on, priest?
Oh, peace
Oh,
to the other brother on the panel. How you doing?
Yabashin Yashakutah.
Yahaba Shabakta.
I'll keep
Oh,
it
go.
brief.
Yeah, go
In the
ahead,
long
mulatto.
run,
Uh huh.
in the long run, Haitians being mass deported
Hmm.
out of the U.S. will only benefit Haiti because the same Haitians, respectfully, that have fled Haiti and came to the U.S., now
Hmm.
many of them will be forced to stay in Haiti and make Haiti better. And I know that you all have the ability to do that. So really, I didn't come here to attack you at this
Okay.
moment, really.
No, no, I understand. And are you saying that in support of Haiti, or are you like against the whole idea that Haitians are over here? Like, like, what is your stance on that? Are you in support of them going to that so you want to see them thrive, or are you tired of them being here because they're causing America to have a falling state, and you want them to go back home? Like, what is that about?
Well, in short, I definitely want Haitians to go back to Haiti, but I do believe Haitians can definitely thrive in Haiti, and I say that with no hate, really.
Uh-huh. Do you think Haitians are an issue in America? Like, do you think they are perpetuating a decline in the social environment of America?
Actually, I think it's the opposite. I think Haitians fleeing Haiti is causing a decline in Haiti,
Okay,
really.
okay, okay. All right. Well,
But
that's all
I
I was
appreciate
asking.
this dialogue, and
Yeah,
really,
no
thanks for
sweat.
having me up. If you see me, just know I'm not coming to troll you. But
Yeah,
peace be
listen.
upon both of you.
All right,
Seriously, and much love. Y'all be safe.
all right, mulatto wizard. All right, most high Christ, man. What's going on, Awesome Magazar? I see we got Trooper Razan, Trooper Kawatan. What's going on, Akia?
Shalom of the Christ, sir. Most High
Hey,
Christ.
most high Christ, man. We're gonna go ahead and get it rock and rolling. I guess you'll hold it down with me, Awesome Magazar, for today.
God will come.
Oh man, the water priest. Of course, being that it's scripture breakdown, if anybody got any questions, feel free to ask and we'll go ahead and go through it, all right?
All right, Kodo Cut, I have a question. So I
You
want to
got
be
it,
the
priest.
first one to ask my question first.
Most high
Before everybody
Christ.
get theirs out. All right. So I have a question on superstitious, and I have the
Mhm,
scripture for it, but I had someone that asked me a question, right? The question
mhm,
was when I sneeze, it was like, okay, they said bless you. And it was
mhm,
wonder why I didn't say thank you.
mhm.
And I was telling them, like, you know what I mean? It's in the scripture that we shouldn't be superstitious. Am I correct for saying that?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, right. Kai, you are correct for saying that. If you just look into the origin of why people say bless you, a lot of people will say because your heart stops for like a millisecond, which is
right,
the dumbest excuse ever, because your heart is not continuously rapidly beating. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's gonna stop for a millisecond and beat in
right,
between. You dig what I'm saying? So that's of course is not true. If you look into the origin, it really comes from the bubonic plague, the Black Plague. All right. So around that time was when there was a great plague, similar to how 2020 was affected with the coronavirus. You get what I'm
right.
saying? So the thing is, with this plague, there was the symptoms behind it was a sneeze, right? That was the starting point of you getting this virus, the Black Plague, right? So when people sneeze, they'll just say it as in like, "I hope you're blessed that you don't have this, virus,
Oh,
that
come
everybody's
on.
dying from." You know what I mean? And then that just carried on into some form of politeness when it's really not. You're not being. It's really nothing. It's not. It's you don't have to say bless you. Like you said, it's all superstitious. So
Slocky, if I may.
go ahead, please.
So that leads to them saying that it's a tradition
Right,
because
right,
they do it so much. Now it became a tradition for them to say bless you.
right,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
God, yeah, what I'm saying? Like at that time that virus is like a global pandemic, you know what I mean? Like the people was dying by the thousands of millions, so one little sneeze, you're on high alert. People are
Right.
cautious, right? Even how like it was a crazy time. I don't know if you ever seen the images of how the doctors used to dress with the long. They had like a long leather stout, right, and with like the gas mask, and it was like fully covered in a black robe, right? Like all of that around that time was because of this virus, and people was very precautious of making sure they don't catch it. So one little
Oh, okay.
sneeze, people be like, "Bless." You gonna say something, Marcus?
No, I'll think because when you said that, I'm like, I remember seeing men that was covered up with the mask with a little
Yeah, I'm gonna
glass
see if I
goggles.
yeah the glass goggles and all that. Yeah, God. Let me see if I can pull it up and then so you can get a visual. There you go. So let me just share my screen. Just so we can see the severity of, how people was such afraid of this virus. You see that? See, yeah, that's how the doctors used to dress. You see that on my screen? God.
I remember that. I remember seeing that, but I didn't know what that was exactly for. But they were
God.
saying it was for something else.
Mm.
But I didn't know that there.
Right. So whenever you seen the doctor coming to see you dressed like this, you know you had some deep stuff,
Right.
So yeah, so that goes to show like how afraid people was of this plague. The same way in 2020, everybody was wearing masks. Like the virus of 2020 got so ridiculous. You know what I mean? People was wearing all type of masks. Not even they was even wearing masks. People will go into stores wearing like helmets and wearing all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember that time, but it was weird. It was very weird time. So uh, it's the same thing how it was, a couple of years, 1,000 years, 100 years back with the the Black Plague. So that tradition of people saying bless you came from that point of time, and it just carried on as tradition today. It doesn't mean your heart stops for a millisecond because your heart does not perpetually beat, or does it mean that God is going to bless you or you're being polite? It's all just BS from the Black Plague.
Okay. So Salaki, if I may add to that.
Go ahead, sir.
Was Paul talking about something similar to that in Acts chapter 17, verse 22?
Go ahead and read that, boy.
All right, this is the book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 22. Then Paul stood in the midst of the Mars hill and said, Ye men of Athens, I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious.
Yeah, that's a great precept. A very, very great precept you can use for that and for any other superstition. There's plenty of them out there, like walking under a ladder, opening an umbrella inside a building or indoors, breaking glass or stepping on glass. There's all splitting a pole. That was one of the big things when I was growing up. Like, yo, you can't split the pole. You know what I'm saying? We used to have to walk all the way back around just to get on the other side of the pole. Be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? All that is just superstition, right? Black cats, there's no such thing as luck. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no bad luck at that. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in the hands of God. Right? If you can give me the scripture where it said, Margazar, real quick, where the Lord said, I create good and I create evil.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to You wanted to say something, Trooper Kawathon?
Khan, Shalom, Yabashim, Yabashabarakatah. Let's not forget let's not forget the famous one. Don't sweep my feet because I'm going to jail.
Yeah. God, sweeping your feet, that'd be something bad gonna happen to you. You know what I mean? Like all of that is, is BS. I see we got Trooper Kawash in the building, man. What's going on? So Shalom, y'all about Shabrakatah. Oh man, I'm comfortable well, man. What's going on? You on mute. Hold on, let me see if I can unmute you. Hold on. Oh, you probably gotta unmute yourself.
Okay, Salaki, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Shalom. Yabba Hashem Yashar.
Oh man, I'm glad that you on, man. What they got you in the world today?
Most on Christ.
What got me?
No.
You said what
where they got you at? Because I know you be traveling through your slavery or whatnot.
Yeah. No, I'm here now. You know, I'm
Oh,
here.
you in
You know,
Florida? Okay. Most
yeah, I'm in
high.
Florida. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Come on,
uh,
man. For real. Most high.
yeah, the water, sir.
Yeah, I'm right, man. But you
Right.
got that for me, Officer Magazar?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
I formed the light
I
and
form the
create
light
darkness.
and create darkness. This is God saying that he do both these things. He create light. He creates the darkness. Read on.
I make peace and create evil.
He does what?
I make peace and create evil.
It is God that's in control of those two aspects. All right. He is in control of peace and he's in control of evil. Right. It's not because of superstition, it's not because of coincidence. Right. The scripture also say, I'm paraphrasing, if there's a alarm or a trumpet that sound in the city, is it not the Lord that has done it? Right. You know, the Lord is the one that conducts all things, whether it's good or bad. You understand? So stop being so afraid of a black cat or walking under a ladder, right? Just fear the Most High, right? You fear the Most High and you'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? You can have 20 black cats walk in front of you, you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? No matter how many blessings you get, if the Lord wants you to get sick and die, you will get sick and die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really up to the Lord. Fear God, fear the Most High. Don't fear man who cannot destroy the body, but fear God who can destroy body and spirit in hell. You know what I'm saying? That's who you should fear. All right. So yeah, that's a perfect precept about the superstition. House of Magazar.
The water.
All right. Any other questions? Any other questions?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Hey, how about some Shabbarakathon?
Oh, what's going on? Shalom, Yabashin Shabakatah. My main man, House Kanak. What's going on, boy?
What's going on? I just want to congratulate you on having a full box over there. You know what I'm saying? You got the brothers on that joint, brothers showing up. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that. Y'all know Kanak gonna say so. I like to see y'all brothers showing up.
Yeah, go ahead and throw your camera on, Kanak. Go ahead.
Salaki, so I'm in the kitchen doing some things, man. I just wanted to say I see y'all in there. Got cubicle wire. Well, you know what I'm saying? I know something's going on. Hold on, let me look out the window right now. I don't see no carrot. Yeah, I was trying to crack that sky yet. Nah, I just want to say shalom to the brothers, man.
Yeah, right, man. Most High Christ, all y'all that hopped on this class, tuning in, brothers and sisters alike, you know what I'm saying? Any questions, y'all? Any questions, feel free to ask. Go ahead. Any questions?
I got another question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I heard a brother bring this scripture out. It was something that was a part of the John 3:16, but when he broke it down, like he found another scripture. I can't think exactly where it was, but when it was explaining who it was talking about, it said something about Israel at the end of it.
Okay. Do you have the verse?
I think it was in John, or I can't think exactly where it was. I was just trying to. I was wondering, like, if you knew where it was.
Where it says was that Isaiah 45 and 17, probably, where it says world without end, Israel. Not that one.
It was something that was
in the chapter of John 3:16.
Now it wasn't in that chapter. I don't think so, because it was like you know what I mean, it was explained about, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever shall believe should not perish but have everlasting life. And then it said right at the beginning of the next verse, it said, ye men of Israel, or It was explaining. It was said that it was talking about Israel.
Okay, ye men of Israel, hear these words. I think that's in Acts chapter 5. I know that one is part of the John 3:16 breakdown. Let me see. Real quick. No, Acts chapter 2 and 22. I'm gonna grab your question, Ratazar. After this, I got you, boy. I think it's Acts 2 and 22. Or you can start at verse 21.
Colonel Khan, that's it.
That's it right there?
Colonel Khan, that's it.
Most High in Christ. Let's go ahead and just read through it just in case anybody wondering what we talking about.
Colonel Khan. It's the book of Acts, chapter 2, and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
If I could just pause you there real quick. Just pause you real quick, right? You see how Officer Malgazar just read that part right there, right? That little part right there, most people would just take that to say that Christ came to save everybody. That salvation is for everybody, right? Because they think that when it says whosoever, it's talking about every race on this earth, right? Well, the Bible's going to give you specifically of who is talking about. Who is this whosoever in verse 21? Read on.
Verse 22. Ye men of Israel.
Ye men of who?
Ye men of Israel.
No, the Chinese.
Ye men of Israel.
No, the Japanese.
Ye men of Israel.
No, the whosoever is talking about who?
Ye men of Israel.
That's who it's talking about, right? That's the proper context of whosoever, right? So when you read John 3:16 and it said, for God so loved the world that whosoever believeth on him shall not die, right? Or shall not perish, right? That whosoever, the precept to it will be right here, what we just read about in Acts 2 and 21 and verse 22. Right? Letting you know the context of it is the children of Israel, ye men of Israel. The Israelites are the only ones that can receive salvation because that's who Christ came to save. And it's all throughout the New Testament. If I could just pause you there real quick, can I get Luke 1 and 68 real quick? Somebody grab me Luke 1 and 68. I'm gonna have you stay right there, Officer Malgazar. Somebody, Trooper Kawash, if you can grab me Luke 1 and 68.
Con, sir. I got it, sir.
All right, you got it, soldier.
Luke 1 and 68.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed be the Most High, Salat.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed be the Lord, thy power of Israel.
Of who?
Thy power of Israel.
Power of Israel. Read on.
For he have visited and redeemed his people.
And redeem all people.
His people.
His people. Who would his people be? We just read it in the verse. Who would his people be?
Are you asking me, sir? Salakia. I wasn't sure if you was asking me.
No, it's all good. I'll have Trooper Cover Thumb answer that. You was gonna answer that?
It would be Israel.
Israel, right?
Israel.
Exactly right, brother. Exactly right. Right? It started out in the verse saying that he is the Lord God of Israel. Right? And he has redeemed his people. So in context, it's not out of context. We're not making this up, right? In context, his people have to be by default Israel because it mentions in the beginning of the verse that he is the God of Israel. right? There's no way you can interpret that, because it's telling you exactly who his people is, right? Read on.
Come on, sir. And had raised up an horn of salvation.
A horn of what?
Horn of salvation.
A horn of salvation. Read on.
For us in the house of his servant David.
For us. Who is the us will be in context?
Israel, sir.
Is it right there? It's plain black and white. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Come on, sir. Has he spake by the mouth of his holy prophet, which have been since the world began. 71. That we should be saved from our enemy.
Be what?
Saved from our enemy.
That we should be what?
We shall be saved from our enemy.
Read Acts 2 and 21 real quick, Officer Margazar.
Khan. Verse book of Acts chapter 2 and verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Shall be what?
Shall be saved.
So who is these people that's going to be saved? Based on what Trooper Kawash just read in Luke 1 and 71.
Israel.
There you have it, right? There's no other way to put it. And the thing is, the Bible is letting you know who they're going to be saved from. At this time in the time of Christ, who was in control of Israel, the land of Israel? Go ahead.
The Romans.
The Romans, right? The Romans is the ones that was persecuting the Jews, right? Not too long before that, it was the Greeks. And Greek culture carried on into Roman culture. So the same persecution that they felt in the time of the Greeks, they felt the same thing under the Romans, under Herod. So if anybody that needs salvation is definitely not the Romans who was persecuting them. It's definitely not the perpetrators.
Right.
It will be the victims. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The people that's being harmed, the people that's being oppressed by the Romans are going to receive salvation. Well, guess what? Nothing has changed in today's time. God's chosen people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, are still being oppressed today, are still being harmed today. We had the brother just get on the live and say how Haitians are being deported out of the U.S. They're being deported back to a country that America helped destroy. America helped destroy Haiti. That's the reason why Haiti is in the state it is today. But yet, don't nobody understand that they are the ones that need salvation out of everybody else on this earth? God is only coming to save his people from their enemies. And our enemies are anybody who seek to stop us from being a nation. That's the so-called white man, African, Chinese, Arab, anybody who stopped blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians coming together and being strong as a nation. Guess what? The Lord is coming to save them out of your hands. Because these people are our enemies. All right, so you can go ahead.
If I may, what you bringing out is so heavy, right? And this is how you know that Christianity is white supremacy. The so-called oppressor, the so-called white man, don't want you to be nothing less a part of what he has going on for him and his people, him and his nation. You know what I'm saying? He let you know that you can't be a part of America like how they are a part of America. He let you know that you can't be part of their high society and they golf clubs and all these things that got to do with anything like wealth and their banking system and all that. He lets you know that it's only for them, and blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can never be a part of them. So why, when it comes to something just for us, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, why is that such a hard concept for other people to understand? And the reason why it's hard for them to grasp and understand that it's only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans it's because of Christianity.
Right.
Like,
Damn right, brother. Damn right. So, you know, if you ever read John 3:16, you should know that it's only talk about the nation of Israel. All right. That answer your question, also, Magazar?
Con, sir.
All right. Let me grab Trooper Ratazar question. He says, Salakia, Most High in Christ. What makes a person unclean going to a funeral? Let's grab that law real quick. Let's grab that in the Bible about the law of cleanliness and uncleanliness. It's in Numbers chapter 19. Is it in Leviticus as well? But is it? I see Numbers right here.
Con, it's Leviticus 11:1.
11:1.
Con.
All
They
right.
have a few of them though on it.
Okay. It's all throughout the law of Moses, right?
Con.
All right. So yeah, let's get Leviticus 11:1 then. Let's grab that.
Okay. Got it, sir.
Let me grab Trooper Kawa Thumb. Are you able to read?
Con out of one.
All right. I'm gonna just have Trooper Kawa Thumb read if that's too wild, Kawash, since you read last time.
Sir.
Right. So brothers can have an opportunity to participate.
Yes.
But you got it, Trooper Kawa Thumb.
Salakia.
Is the book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 1. And when the people
Leviticus 11:1, right?
Nah, that wasn't it, Salakia. My bad.
I actually thought it was in Deuteronomy.
Nah, it's straight. But yeah, I'll grab it. Let's grab Numbers 19 and 16. Numbers 19 and 16. My bad, Trooper Razan. Y'all give it up, man. Trooper Razan in the building as well, too, man. Most High Christ, man.
Hey, shalom,
Listen,
y'all.
man. Shalom, y'all. Man, listen, it's been a minute since I heard from y'all brothers. I am glad to hear from y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know,
sir. The water, sir.
Most High Christ, man. Throw your camera on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let this sisters get a look of you, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give these brothers some. Y'all see these brothers on these cameras? You know what I'm saying? If you're a single sister, y'all might want to give them some. You know what I'm saying?
They're still connected with the slaves, so I can't. It's not working right now.
No sweat. I'm messing around. Most High Christ, man. Yeah, right. Go ahead.
They planned this. Him and Trooper Kawhi, they planned this right here. We don't believe in coincidences in the UPK.
Oh, they planned. It's rib season, huh? I see.
Rib season.
It's a joke, everybody. It's a joke. Yeah, Most High Christ. But let's get Numbers 19 and 16. Let's get the law of cleanliness. You got that from me, Trooper Kawatham?
Con, sir.
All right, you got it, soldier.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 19, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
And whosoever toucheth one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave,
or
shall
a what?
be unclean, or a grave.
Read on.
Shall be unclean 7 days.
How many days?
7.
Now, what does this mean? Right? What is the whole purpose behind the law of cleanliness and uncleanliness? It's a little bit of science for you to understand. Can somebody tell me?
Sir.
Go ahead, soldier.
It was the Most High's way of keeping us from spreading diseases and sicknesses before we were able to understand like germs and things like that.
There you go. Right? That's a perfect answer. Give the brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Right? It wasn't until the pandemic happened in 2020 where America starts to get more familiar of how viruses spread, right? They can spread respiratory in the air. They can spread through surfaces, right? It wasn't until then they started implementing rules about wearing masks so you don't breathe in certain things into your system, or they implemented the 6 feet apart rule so you don't get too close, so you can touch somebody, you can possibly spread viruses. Well, guess what? The Most High knew all about that thousands of years ago.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He been knew how viruses spread, right? And how they can exist on surfaces for a certain amount of time, right? So what the Lord did is gave us a law to help prohibit the spread of viruses, right? Another word for saying unclean, if you want to just better understand it, you can just simply say quarantine, right? You're going to quarantine yourself for 7 days, the same way people quarantine for the pandemic. You understand what I'm saying? So for 7 days, what you're required by law to do is at least on the third day, you're supposed to shower, right? You're supposed to touch the water, clean yourself, right? So by the 7th day, when the 7th day comes, sundown, you'll be clean. You'll be considered clean, right? Your quarantine process is up. And from there, the virus or whatever virus that may have existed from, the dead body being around, when a dead body decays, all of that stuff goes into the air. You know what I'm saying? All of those cells go into the air. You dig what I'm saying? And you have the people that's working in the funeral homes that's transporting the bodies. They touching other things. You're touching the same surfaces that they touch. How do you know they're not passing a virus from this dead body? You don't know that, right? So to take precaution, what you should do is quarantine yourself. So what you do, you separate yourself from the congregation. Oh, what's going on? South Africa in the building. Shalom, warrior. How about
Shalom, Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, the thumb of the one.
Damn right, man. ISUPK is global. Damn right. All right. So what you'll do, you'll quarantine yourself for those 7 days, right? Within that process, you'll shower before the third day, at least before the third day, right? You'll be separate from the congregation, meaning you won't go into the high holy days. You won't go into the Sabbath service. You won't go inside the classroom, right? You want to be separate from that area. So that way you can prevent the possible spread of that disease or virus. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're around a dead body, all you're doing is quarantining. Doesn't mean you have sinned for going to a funeral. It's not a sin to go to a funeral. If you have a loved one that passed away and you want to pay your last respects on that body and the spirit that's about to go to the Most High, there's nothing wrong to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with going to a funeral. Being unclean is not a sin. It only becomes a sin when you do what?
Transgress. Salaki, sir.
Salaki.
I heard you, Kawash. You said transgress. Let me get you off Samar Gazar, then I'll go to you, Kawatam.
Is it a sin that you when you're doing the priestly duties?
Which is part of it, true, right? When you're doing the priestly duty. So being unclean is not a sin. It becomes a sin when you do what?
Salaki, other one.
Go ahead, Trooper.
When you come around the brothers.
When you come around the brothers, get the brother a head. You know what I'm saying? Right? When you come around the congregation, guess what? You've committed a transgression, right? That's when it becomes a transgression. Because you were supposed to quarantine yourself, right? The same way how it was so serious in 2020. Like if you was caught driving without a permit, if you was caught outside, being in places that you're not supposed to be in, they will ticket you.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get special permission. Remember that, Officer Marcazar, just to hold Hebrew Academy.
Right.
We had to get special letters just in case if we got pulled over that we can present this to the officer, to the police
Right.
officer.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
They call it essential worker.
Essential worker. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Where you had a special pass to show up to work. You dig what I'm saying? And if you broke that, guess what? You will be violated. You'll be trespassed. You understand what I'm saying? Well, it's no different with the Bible, right? It becomes a sin when you break your quarantine, right? So what you're supposed to do is just quarantine yourself. It's okay. You're unclean. It's fine. After those 7 days, you can come back around. Nobody's going to make fun of you. Nobody's going to talk down on you like you a sinner, like you done something evil. Being unclean is not a sin, only if you break that quarantine before the time is up, right? So for this one in particular, a dead body is 7 days, right? You can read on Awesome Mark. Oh, who was reading? Trooper Kawatham? That was you reading?
Khan out of Wakan, sir.
Okay, if you could read on Baba Shah.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And for an unclean person, they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereto in a vessel, Salakia. Verse 18. And a clean person shall take hyssop and dip it in the water, and sprinkle it upon the tent and upon all the vessels, and upon the persons that were and upon the persons that were there, and upon him that touched the bone, or one slain, or one dead, or a grave.
Right. Jump me down to verse 20. Right. So it's all the purification is talking about taking a bath, right? Cleaning. They'll clean the tent. You clean the area of any possible germs, right? Especially if you're having an open casket. You know what I'm saying? The body is decaying right then and there in real time. You understand what I'm saying? So they clean the tent, they clean the temple, they clean wherever this dead body was at, and you want to clean yourself, right? Jump me down to verse 20.
Khan out of Wakan. Verse 20. But the man that shall be unclean and shall not purify himself,
shall not take a bath. Read on.
That soul shall be cut off from among the congregation.
You're going to be what?
Cut off from among the congregation.
You're going to be cut off. Meaning you're going to be an outsider, an outcast. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't going to be looked as one of us. They going to look at you like that's what heathens do. You know what I'm saying? The same way we do today. If any black person, imagine if you hear a black person talking about not washing with a washcloth. You be like, nigga, that's what white people stuff. You know what I'm saying? Black people do not do that. You know what I'm saying? You outcast. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case. Well, it's the same thing back then. You know what I mean? Like, we're just highly hygienical people. You know what I mean? Black people taught white people how to clean themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? In Spain, we the one that taught white folks how to bathe and all of that stuff, because we are just hygienical people by nature. You know why? Because it's in our spirit to be that way, because we are the children of Israel. It's in our laws to take a bath. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that same spirit is still in us. We make sure we clean. You dig what I'm saying? So I hope that answered your question, Trooper Rataza. So that's what makes a person unclean, because of germs and cells and viruses. All right. The sister at Barking Wolf asks, what's a urn? That's the vessel that holds, isn't that the vessel that holds ashes? If I'm not mistaken. Khan, the water. Yeah, Khan. That's so if somebody that's burnt or cremated, they put them in a urn, right? That's the vessel that holds the ashes. It's like a pot or whatever.
See, like you said.
Go ahead.
I bet she was asking, what about an urn? Like, is that
unclean?
Unclean?
What about an urn? Oh yeah, yes, you unclean. And also just to mention, Thawada for clarifying that.
Okay.
Khan, yeah. Cremation is not our culture, neither. Just to add that, right? We do not cremate ourselves. All right. Our code, we have a specific law on burial. You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of times brothers in the ISUPK, unfortunately, have performed a burial service. You know what I'm saying? And we do it according to the laws that's written of in the Bible. And cremation is not one of it. You know what I'm saying? That comes straight from heathen culture. So if you're around a urn, you know what I'm saying, you are unclean. Those ashes are, gonna get you sick. You know what I'm saying? Them ashes will get you sick, and we don't want to get everybody sick. So please quarantine yourself so nobody else can get whatever those ashes carry. All right.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead,
Real quick, the sister in the back stage.
Okay, Most High Christ. The water warrior. Okay, yeah, I added her. Trooper Mashah. What's going on, soldier?
Shalom, sir. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bakatah, sir. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bakatam to everybody. Trooper Rizan, Trooper Kawash. Now seeing you, brothers.
So deep in the building, boy. We taking over. They're right. They're right. Sister, real quick, Trooper Kawash, and I'm gonna grab you. This Sister Terrell, did you have a question that you wanted to ask?
Still back on the urn. So for people that didn't have knowledge of the proper way of the burial and stuff, if you have an urn in your home, you're saying to get rid of it?
Please, by all means. Here's the thing, right? And I'm not trying to be insensitive by my answer, right? Because I understand by losing a loved one, you want to hold something of them that can, help with the connection, I'm saying, of losing them. You know what I'm saying? And that's understandable, because there's a lot of forms of grief. And I'm not trying to take away anybody that's grieving a loved one. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to understand as well is that body is merely just a body. Right? Here in the ISUPK, what we teach is what happens when you die is you become reincarnated. Right? Your spirit will go back to the Lord, and the Lord will send that spirit back into a new body. Right? Worshiping the dead and glorifying the human flesh comes from heathen custom. Right? The cremation, all of that comes from heathen custom. Right? We never used to practice that. We understood by us laying this person in the ground that spirit will come back again. All right? So we don't need to hold on to their body when their spirit is no longer attached to it. All right? That whole spirit that we loved about them, that we gravitate towards them, that same spirit is now with the Most High and is going to come back again. It's going to live again. You get what I'm saying? So, that's basically the whole understanding of it, right?
Okay.
Con. So it is safe to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Just, no need to hold on to those type of attachments. If I can get the law in Ecclesiasticus where it says, mourn for the dead 7 days. After that, clean yourself up, lest you be even spoken of. Y'all know what I'm talking about in Ecclesiasticus? You can just grab that real quick. What you was gonna say, Trooper Kawash? My bad. Was it a question?
Khan, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna grab you right after this, boy.
Khan, sir.
All right. Somebody can grab me that in Ecclesiasticus.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
You said Ecclesiasticus, what chapter and verse?
Let me grab it.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 22 and verse 12.
22 and 12. The water warrior. If I could, Trooper Razan, do you want to read, Trooper Razan? Are you able to read? I know you had the slavery, right? I don't know if you're able to read.
Yeah, come on. I can read.
Okay, go ahead, get down, Warrior. You want to read?
So, like you said, Ecclesiasticus chapter
What was that?
22.
What was that again, Officer Marcazar?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 22 and verse 12.
22 and 12.
Salaki, I'm there.
Kyle, Most High Christ. We're gonna pass it around, Trooper Call with Thumb, just to get brothers every opportunity to read.
Come.
But the water, Warrior. The water for reading, Warrior.
Come, sir.
All right, you got it.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 22 and verse 12. 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead.
Right. 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead. And the Lord timed it perfectly as well, too, because that within those 7 days is where you are permitted to quarantine as well, too. Right. So in your quarantine, the Lord is giving you 7 days not only to cleanse yourself of any possible organisms or cells that can cause you to get sick, but also he gives you 7 days for you to mourn this person that you just lost. Right? So 7 days do a man mourn, right? Read on.
Come. But for a fool and an ungodly man, all the days of his life.
But for a who?
But for a fool and an ungodly man, all the days of his life.
Right, because why does it mention for a fool? Because what could it possibly create in a person if they perpetually mourning somebody for the rest of their life? What could it create in somebody?
Oh, Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Depression.
Perfect answer, brother. Depression. Right?
Salaki, other one.
Go ahead.
The verse above that explains what happens to a fool who mourns somebody for the rest of his life. Verse 21.
Okay, you want to grab that? You think that'll be a good one? Trooper Wayakot Salaki. Waya Koyam. Salaki, Trooper Waya Koyam. We got to give you a nickname, Salaki. So that would be a good one to get, right?
Another one.
All right.
Verse 11.
Verse 11. Go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 22 and verse 11. Weep for the dead, for he hath lost the light. And weep for the fool, for he wanteth understanding. Make a little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest. But the life of a fool is worse than death.
Oh, man. The life of a fool is worse than death. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you carrying the burden of that depression for the rest of your life without the understanding that that spirit is living again on this earth. Right? They're not gone forever. The Lord is going to bring that spirit back on this earth. And I know for who they were, you loved them at that time, within that lifetime. You understand what I'm saying? All right. But the Lord is going to give them a new body. Don't allow yourself to have these certain type of attachments that can possibly develop depression within yourself. All right. You don't want to do that. You don't want to walk around with a cloud over your head where it's always raining. Right? You want to pick yourself up after this person dies and live out a life that honors them. Live out a life that honors them. If you give up, guess what? Their legacy dies as well, too. You sad over this person. Well, guess what? The best way to award them for all that they did for you while they were alive is for you to keep on living.
Right.
That's the best way to honor them. Right? And by your ways will show that this person was a good person. Right? You had any more on that, Trooper Razan?
Sir.
Right. So 7 days, mourn for a person. After that, man, clean yourself up. All right. And then get right to it. All right. So get rid of that urine. Go ahead.
Is that why the Most High say he's not the God of the dead?
Perfect precept, right? He is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he's not the God that's seeking to control you when you die. He wants full dominance over your life while you're alive, right? Because we serve a living God. We don't worship the dead, right? The dead is still living today. Everybody that we read about in the Bible is still living today. Nobody's just dead and just vanished and disappeared into limbo. Every single soul eventually comes back on this earth. All right.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Even the evil ones?
Even the evil ones. Exactly.
Okay.
Even the evil ones. That's why we still in captivity today. You understand what I'm saying? Because the same people that was persecuting Christ is the same people that put Trayvon Martin to death. It's the same people that put Michael Brown to death. You understand what I'm saying? They killed those brothers like they killed Christ. Because that same spirit came back on this earth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, all right. So I hope that answered your question, Sis Tirelli. Tirelli, if I pronounce your name wrong, I apologize.
Salakia, it's surreal. I'm barking wolf.
Real. Barking Wolf. Oh, okay, Mark. Most High Christ. Most High Christ. All right, T-Real.
Yes,
That was
Con,
Tawal,
it
sis?
did. Yes, everything's wild. That'll work. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Most High Christ. All right, Trooper Kawash, you had a question?
No, sir. The water out of one.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a question. My bad. All right.
I did already, sir.
Oh, you already did? Okay, all right. All right. Any other questions? Any other question? Go ahead, Soda.
All right, this might sound kind of crazy or kind of silly, but you know what I mean. You know, you have a lot of people that believe in ghosts. What you say about ghosts?
Oh man, the ghosts, man. Listen, don't look under your bed because there's a monster under there, y'all. Be afraid. Be afraid. Yeah, ghosts is part of superstition as well too.
Right.
Ghosts do not exist. That's part of, so that same verse that you pulled earlier about superstition, you can use that as well too. You know what I mean? And that same superstition existed, I'm talking about, since the beginning of time. Right? When it came to the Egyptians and their whole burial process, they will oftentimes bury their pharaohs with all their golds and all their material items, and thinking that in the afterlife that they're gonna have these things, or they're gonna someday wake up and they're gonna be able to get back to using those material things that they had once and while they was alive, but they're gonna be using it as a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like that same superstition always existed, always throughout time. You know what I mean? But the Bible does not support that idea. There is no such thing as ghosts. Ghosts do not exist. The noise that you hear in your living room is not a ghost. You know what I'm saying? That little creak that you hear late at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, is not a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Right? What you would understand is that there is beings that exist outside of our current dimension. That's one thing you do want to understand. Right? And these beings that exist are not your long lost relatives that passed away a couple years ago that's coming back to tell you something, right? These beings that exist are the angels of the Most High, right? And they exist in other realms that we can't see with our naked eye. Somebody grab me the verse where the brothers was at war and Elisha prayed that the Lord opened their eyes and they seen the angels of the Lord that was surrounding them. If I can grab that real quick. And then the sister had a question. Baya, I got you after this, sis. See a question in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the comments. He said white people are so selfish. They looking for salvation in their own heaven. Right. They're right, Yeshaya. They're right. Yeah, right.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
All right, this the book of 2 Kings.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. 2 Kings, chapter 6 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened his eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
Right. So they in battle. In the midst of battle, the men that's with Elisha is starting to panic. They're starting to worry because they're outnumbered in this battle. Right? But Elisha is like, man, don't even worry about it. I'm about to show you something. And what he did, he ended up praying to the Most High so the Lord can reveal to these brothers that they're not outnumbered, that the angels of the Lord are there with them to fight for them, even though they couldn't see it with the naked eye. You understand what I'm saying? They couldn't see it in front of them, but in a whole nother realm, these angels existed, and the Lord revealed that to them. Right? So you do have other dimensions where beings are existing, you know what I'm saying? But there is no ghost that's walking around your living room, you know what I'm saying, or transparent person and all of that. These beings have physical bodies, right? But we can't just see it with our naked eye. All right.
Salaki, sir.
I heard a couple Salaki. Let me get Trooper Razan first, and I got you, Officer Magazine.
Okay.
Salaki, sir. It makes sense why these people scared of the truth. Because I mean, if you look up and you see a group of people that you thought that you was gonna fight, and then you start to you just close your eyes and you open it again, you see just chariots and horses and fire and more armies. I mean, it makes sense why they're trying so hard to keep us in sin and keep us away from the truth.
Most High Christ, damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have angels ready right now with you. Wherever you at the crib right now, at the slavery, wherever you're tuning in at, there's an angel around you that's taking note. A messenger that's reporting back to the Most High, such and such is in class. Most High Christ, such and such is in class. They attended. All of that is being recorded. You understand what I'm saying? Even though we don't see it with our naked eye. Y'all can mute your phones real quick. Even though we don't see it with our naked eye, it's all happening. You know what I mean? Lock it. All right. You go ahead, Officer Muggles.
Like, yeah, I don't. Oh.
Yeah, cut. Now I'm gonna say, because I heard General Hyman say the same thing. It's like, you know, people be seeing things. You know how people always say, yeah, I took a picture and I seen a ghost just run by, or they seen the reflection of a ghost or the outline of a ghost. It was just pretty much saying, like, that's just your mind playing tricks on you.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Just your mind playing tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no ghosts out there. Like The Walking Dead and all of that stuff. All right, none of that exists. You know what I mean? So it's you just want to live in reality. You know what I mean? Turn off the TV every now and then. You know what I mean? The TV is not real. Whatever you see on the TV, just know it's not real.
Right.
All right.
So like
Go ahead.
it's like these Christians who say they are filled with the Holy Ghost, and then they act all insane and they act demon possessed. Speaking in tongues and all these things, and then they would point to scriptures like John 14 verse 26, where they speak of the Holy Ghost, and you know that's their reason for believing in ghosts.
Kind, you know, what I mean, facts, yeah. You know, what I mean, they think the Holy Ghost is some transparent being that's walking around and touching you and giving you wisdom. I don't know. Whatever is out there, listen. Live in reality. You know, say this is your world that you live in. Only things that exist is what you see right now. Everything else is being controlled by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Lord controls the other realm. You ain't even got to worry about it. Just focus in on not sinning against the Lord. That's what we should focus on. All right. No ghosts out there is trying to stop you. None of that. So don't even be afraid. All right. But let me get this next question. So Lockie, everybody in the chat, I am not ignoring y'all. But let me just go through the chat real quick. Let me just read this comment before I get the sister question. Levant said, there's things that break down dead bodies that can cause deterioration on living people. When a person touches a dead body, they mustn't touch a grave of ashes neither. The soil is tainted. Right. You know what I mean? And the Lord made sure that we keep ourselves from any possible diseases by giving us the law of clean and unclean. That's a good point. This one said, I told I was gonna be there then. I don't know who that is. All right, let me get the sister question. Where is it at? Just had it. Just had it. There you go. Where's it at? There you go. All right. Sister says, Salaki, sir, if I may, when Christ return, will the Hebrew language be spoken by Israel and the other nations, or will it be English spoken? That is a good question. Good question. Great question, right? When it comes to our language, the Lashon Kodash, that is the language of the angels, right? Precept. How do we know the Lashon Kodash is the language of the angels? Meaning this is the language that they're speaking in heaven right now. Precept.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Let me see. Is it Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 9?
3 and 9 was that? I wasn't thinking about that one, but what does that one say?
The Lord will turn us back to a pure language.
That's a good. He said perfect precept. You know, say go ahead and read that real quick if you got it.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
A pure language. Read on.
That they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
Right, with one consent, right? The thing is, what we have to understand that black people had their own culture before we became colonized. Before we was put as slaves in America. And the thing is, all of that was lost due to slavery. It is one thing that we don't even consider today. What language did black people speak before slavery? And why we're not even speaking it today? This is something that we don't even consider in our day-to-day lives. You know why? Because we've been conditioned to be comfortable with the language of our oppressor. Right. This is why in the ISUPK is important for us to tune in, shameless plug, every Friday to Officer Margazar, Lashawan Kodash class on this channel. You know what I'm saying? ISUPK Florida. There you right, Kamatop. It's a hell of a class. You know what I'm saying? Every single Friday from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. You know what I'm saying? Officer Margazar. Get that brother in here teaching a hell of a class. You know what I mean? It's very, very important as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, as we come back to our identity and come back to our culture, we also come back to our native tongue, right? And our native tongue is Hebrew. So when Christ returned, yes, we are going to revert to who we were before we became slaves. In every aspect, not in just how we dress and not just in how we conduct ourselves, but also how we communicate to one another.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, soldier.
Isn't it considered our holy tongue?
Damn right. Oh, that's what Lashawan Kodash means. Get a brother ahead. You know, so somebody been studying. You know what I mean? That's a credit to Officer Margazar to show that his classes be working.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Ain't nothing.
She asked me the question, and I really answer her the way you answered her. And I said, I don't know, just when we have class on Monday, just ask the officers to see if my answer is right or wrong. And I think I'm right. Salakia, sir.
Give Trooper Mashai here. You know what I'm saying? That's his rib that asks the question. And guess what? As the man of the household, he is taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? So Most High in Christ, you know what I mean? You ain't got to second guess it, man. You is exactly right. When Christ return, he's gonna build back this nation. Go ahead, Officer Margazar.
I think he ready for the officer test. I'm just throwing that out.
I mean, I think you a priest and a prophet, Officer Margazar. I don't know. I've been taught in the Bible that prophets speak about what's gonna happen in the future. So let's see. You know what I mean? Most High Christ. But Khan, that's a perfect precept to show that when we get our land back, get our nation back together, that we're gonna get our language back as well too. But I asked a specific question though. I said Lashawan Kodash, the holy tongue, the ancient Hebrew, is the language of the angels. What is the precept? Come on now. Come on, y'all. It is the language. This is not on the officer test, so it's all good. But still in all, it's something that brothers should be studying because it is in the Bible. It is the language of the angels. Go ahead.
Is it 1 Corinthians 13:1?
Give the brother. Give the brother.
Goddamn. Salakia, sir. I think you had the officer test too. I'm just throwing that out there.
Officer Margazar giving 2 prophecies today. You know what I'm saying? So yes, 1 Corinthians 13:1. Let's grab that real quick. 1 Corinthians 13:1. Who has it read?
I'm the other one.
Salakia, I got it.
Right. Well, but is there any brother that hasn't read yet before we Trooper Mashah hasn't read yet. If I could, real quick. I know y'all brothers the water for reading as well too. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all brothers is capable of reading. I just want to give every brother an opportunity to read. Trooper Mashah, do you want to grab that?
Canada Council. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 1. Thought I speak with the tongues of men and of angels.
Of what?
And I have of men and of angels.
The tongue of men
and I have not.
Read on. And
I have not charity I am become as sounding brass,
Has become as sounding
or
brass.
it
Uh-huh.
brass, or a tinkling cymbal.
Hmm. Right. So tongues translate
Verse
into
2.
what? If you could stop right there, Trooper Mashar, right? The word tongues translate into what? What does that mean?
So number one,
Go ahead.
language.
Right. Language. Right. How is it that Paul can speak in the language of angels? What is this language? Do anybody know? Right?
Salakia.
Anybody? Go ahead.
Salakia,
Would it be
ancient
Hebrew?
Hebrew, Lashon Kadash.
Both of y'all brothers correct. Hit the brothers ahead. You know what I'm saying? Right? The Lashon Kodash, right? This is the language that angels speak, right? Oftentimes Christ was speaking this language as well, too, while he was walking the earth. Right? There'll be many times where he'll speak and they'll translate it for you. And even as it's translated in the English, they'll give you the translation of the Hebrew words that he spoke because Christ spoke Hebrew. Right? Well, guess what? The angels speak this language as well, too. And Paul is saying, even though I'm able to speak other languages, you know what I mean, from man, from Spanish to English or Latin or Greek, whatever languages that existed at that time, and the language of angels as well too, which is the Lashon Kodash, the Hebrew tongue, the Hebrew language that was spoken of ever since the beginning, since the time of Genesis. Adam spoke Hebrew. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, right? It's so easy for even a child to adapt that language. Why you think as soon as a child come out their womb, they speak like that, you know, with the ah sound?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. This was a language that
Da
was
da.
formed. Right. Da da mama. You know what I'm saying? This was a
Ba.
language. Right. God. You know what I mean? It's natural. You dig what I'm saying? Because you're born into a language that our forefathers already spoke. Right. And they formulated this into a language that we can use to communicate with each other.
Right.
So that language existed all the way since the beginning, since man was created, and it only became diverse since when? When did the language become diverse? Do anybody know?
Khan, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Who said Kano Khan? Who was that?
I mean,
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
During the Babylonian,
You said the what? My bad.
when the mixture of the tongue, the confusion of the tongue.
Right. What is that? What is that time called? What they was doing?
Babylonian,
Yeah, right. The Tower of Babel. Get a brother ahead. Right. On earth at one time, everybody was speaking Hebrew. Everybody from the time of Adam all the way into the time of the Tower of Babel. Right. It wasn't until the Lord stopped the completion of the Tower of Babel and he scattered the people, and that's when other language starts to populate on this earth. But it wasn't until through Eber, right, was that language preserved through Shem, is why the Hebrew language still exists all throughout the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? So he's the one that preserved that language, and that is the holy tongue that's been spoken ever since the time of Adam, before the Lord diversify the other languages. You understand? So when Christ returned, we're going to be speaking this language as they're speaking it in heaven right now as we teach in this class.
Shalaki, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
Was the Canaanites speaking this language when we went in and possessed the land?
The Canaanites, they had their own language because that was after the Tower of Babel, right? So people were speaking different languages when we fled out of Egypt, right? The Egyptians had their own language. They had their
Right.
own writing system, right? And they're Hamitic the same way the Canaanites are Hamitic as well too. You dig
Right.
what I'm saying? So they was writing in hieroglyphs, which is a form of pictograph, and we had our own form of pictograph, right? Which is the Phoenician or the Paleo Hebrew. You dig what I'm saying? Well, our letters represent something, right? So this is our language that we spoke, and when we went into other people's land, right, they had their own languages. You dig what I'm saying? That they spoke as well too, right? So the Canaanites was speaking their own language, and we had our Hebrew. So when Christ returned, we're gonna get back to that. All right. The sister said I have bad reception. Are you able to hear me? Triple Mashad left the are you able to hear me, Salakia? Okay, do you need me to repeat it, sis? If you can hear me, let me know if you can hear me. And I'll go over it again. There's no issue at all. All right. Okay, he said it's raining. It's raining here a lot here. I will be online listening. Okay, Most High in Christ, you know. As long as y'all got the answer, all right? So yes, this is the language we'll be speaking. All right, no sweat, True Masha. If you can hear me, it's Tawab. If your rib needs me to repeat the answer again, just let me know, all right? Levant said, is there a website link on the ISUPK website that links to all the awesome clothes, garments that are made, homemade, that includes all the garments with the ISUPK emblem? That is a good idea, sis. I ain't gonna hold you. There needs to be. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think there is. You'll probably have to contact people individually on Facebook. Hazahab is one of them. Officer Kawan. Let me type their name. Officer Nakawan. I'm gonna type their name in the chat, and you can just type it in on Facebook, and you can just message them. All right. Officer Hazahab is one. Let me put Officer Kawan.
Salakia, sir. Officer Itazab.
Officer Itazab, can't forget my main man, the home team. You know what I'm saying? Let me just, Officer Itazab. So all those names that I put in the chat, sis, you can just search them up on Facebook, add them on Facebook, message them real quick and let them know you want to buy a t-shirt or whatever the case may be. But this is who you can get the gear from. All right. All right. And any other questions? Do we got any other questions?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
If let me just use myself. If I had a girlfriend or something like that, and she's not in the truth, and just say she's on her monthly, would that be considered unclean to prepare food and deal with me?
Right. Khan. Yeah, you'd be considered unclean. What is it, for a day? If you get around her. Now, if the
or just a little more, just in a relationship wise.
Right, Khan. Yeah, even if you're in a relationship with her and she's not in the school, right? The thing is, you are her head. You dig what I'm saying? So as long as she honors you, you know, that's what really counts, right? So by you being a man that's in the school, that's in the truth, you got a certain code of ethic that you live by. You dig what I'm saying? We might need you to come around and pass out food for a food drive. We might need you to hold posts for camp. And you can't do these things if you're unclean. You dig what I'm saying? So right. So even with a sister that you're dealing with that may not be in the truth, for your sake, for your conscience sake, being that you know the truth, you still want to rehearse those righteous acts. You know what I'm saying? You still want to
Con.
quarantine yourself so you don't possibly get any, spread of germs on you that can spread on the brothers. You dig what I'm saying?
Con.
Now that only comes with, just to clarify as well too, that only comes with doing the work of the Lord, right? So let's say like we have because we usually go out on the weekends. Let's say we have a weekend off, right? We have nothing, which is usually rare because in the ISUPK our work never stops. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say, it just so happened, camp got clipped. I don't know, the case may be. You get a weekend off. If we're doing no work of the Lord, right, it's fine. You dig what I'm saying? It's only an issue if you're prepping yourself to come out to camp the day before. You dig what I'm saying? You want to stay clear of that so you don't prevent yourself from being quarantined or have to quarantine to not come to camp. You dig what I'm saying? So that's the only reason you want to be precautious of it. Other than that, man, it's Tawab. Just make sure you take a shower every day. So by the time the sun go down on the next day, you'll be considered clean. You dig what I'm saying? All right. Any other questions? What time is it? 3.
Salaki, other one.
Go ahead, soldier.
So that applies to when you're laying with your Rebbe as well. You cannot come around the brothers until you've taken a shower and sunset.
You said that applies when you do what?
When you lay with your Rebbe.
Oh yes, please. As in having intercourse.
Gone, other one, gone.
But by all means, please do not rub your rib down and then come and try to shake my hand. Please take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Take a shower by all means. But yes, according to the law, even after you have sex with a woman, right, it's required by law that you take a shower because we're just so hygienical of a people. You dig what I'm saying? Because there's all type of cells that's being exchanged between you and your partner. So to make sure those cells don't transfer over to other people, take a shower. You know what I'm saying? It's not a sin to have sex. You know what I'm saying? But the law of uncleanliness is so that we can prevent from germs passing around. All right. All right. Any other questions? Let me just go through some of these comments. Well, thank God I told my aunt when she was alive I won't be attendance. I hope you ain't talking about funerals, asking because of Mary. It's all right to attend funerals. Like I said, you can go to a funeral. You know what I mean? Don't be like, nigga, I hope you die. I ain't going to your funeral. Don't be like that. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all Hebrew Israelites can be kind of radical. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You can go. You know what I'm saying? If you're a priest or officer, of course, get permission. See if your duties is not needed. 9 times out of 10 will excuse you to go to pay your respect to this loved one. But there's nothing wrong with going to a funeral. Just make sure you quarantine for 7 days, and that's that. All right.
Salakis.
Go ahead.
I have a question. It's based on my phone. Can you hear me now, other ones?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly, boy.
Yes, sir. I have a question on Matthew 7, chapter 7, verse 1. Also, 1 Corinthians chapter 2.
Okay, Matthew 7 and 1.
I'm not able to make the connection between the two.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get through it. If you want to read both verses, and then after that, we'll break it down.
Kind of on time, sir.
All right.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 1.
If I could, real
Judge
quick.
not that we be not.
You can hear me? You probably got a delay. You can hear me, Triple Kowash?
Yeah, I got a delay, sir.
Oh, okay, that's probably what it is. All
I'm
right,
getting a delay.
there's no sweat. You can go ahead and read it again. My bad.
Sir. Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. Judge not, that he be not judged. For with the judgment ye shall judge, ye shall be judged. With that measure ye met, what that is, met, it shall be measured to you again.
And what was the verse?
And also, sir, and when I go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15, it say, but he that is spiritual judge all things, yet he himself is judge of no man.
Right. Okay, so you said in 7:1, and then Corinthians, you're trying to see what the correlation is, right?
Salakia said, yes, 7 and 1 and 2.
Okay, Khan. So
on Matthew.
In Matthew, right? Khan. And
Yes.
I got you, T. Williams. I'll answer. I'll clarify that for you as soon as we get done with this. All right. But yeah, so what most people will think about when it comes to judging, right? They often think that it's something more lighter than the extreme that it is, right? People will say you speaking about something against somebody is judging, or you telling somebody what to do is judging. Can somebody tell me what does it mean to judge? What is the actual meaning?
Salakia, sir.
All right, go ahead.
I was thinking of it like
You was thinking of it like what?
Judgment.
Judgment. And what is judgment?
You know, what the Most High do.
What the Most High do, right? What about, what if you go to court? That's not the Most High. Right? Who do you go to court and who do you present yourself in front of when you go to court?
A judge.
A judge, right? And let's say the judge finds you guilty or whatever the case may be. What does he do then from there?
You get sentenced.
He sentences you, right?
Right.
So judgment would be what then?
The sentence.
A sentence, right? It's not you just speaking against somebody or you telling somebody what to do. That's not what judging is, right? A lot of people will be like, well, don't judge me. If I was judging you, I would sentence you. And for whatever you're doing, if it depending on what you did wrong, you might be put to death. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Is it because of the information that one has, they able to pass judgment on you?
That is true. Right, that is true, but it's not judgment until they sentence you is what I'm trying to get across. You dig what I'm saying? Now they have more information about the particular matter, but the judgment of it isn't until somebody gives you the sentencing of whatever the
which
situation
is the outcome.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if you do something that, you know, illegal and you get sentenced to 10 years, that's your judgment. You dig what I'm saying? Like in hypothetically speaking, right? So when we read back to Matthew 7:1 with that proper understanding, and we read about judge and judge not, is that saying that we can't tell people what to do? Is that saying that you can't correct people if they're doing something wrong? No. Right? It's telling you that you can't go out and sentence nobody if you what?
If you doing wrong,
There you have it. Right? Remember the parable of the woman that got caught with adultery?
Mm-hmm.
And what did the people ask Christ? Should we not stone this woman to death? For she committed adultery? What did Christ say? Did he say no?
he said, he that not committed the first sin, let him throw the stone first, or something to that effect, right?
Exactly right, warrior. Exactly right. There you have it, right? Now, what does that mean? Does that mean you should not stone her?
That means you should not judge nobody.
True. But is he saying don't stone her?
La, shalom.
Let me ask it this way. Let's say there was somebody that was in the crowd that have not committed sin. Could they possibly be having the proper right to stone that woman? Right. Right? Christ is not saying don't stone her. He's simply saying that whoever is without sin, cast the first stone. The problem is everybody in the crowd was still a crowd of sinners. So nobody was able to cast a stone. So nobody was able to pass what?
Judgment.
Give yourselves a hand, right? Judgment. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was able to sentence this woman to death. So when Christ says, judge not so you don't be judged, I can't go out and chopping nobody's heads off for committing sin. Well, guess what? Because I committed sin as well, too. You dig what I'm saying? I can't go out there and decide who is going to be an outcast or not when I have done some things that can consider me an outcast as well, too. You dig what I'm saying? Right? That's what, now, of course, let's say you're within the ISUPK and you do something that requires a certain type of penalty or judgment, you know what I'm saying? It will be laid out. You dig what I mean? Like we do judge in here, like we about to get to in 2 Corinthians, right? When the brother get back on. We do lay out judgment. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, we ourselves are not going around looking to stone people knowing that we have committed sins as well too. Our job is to get people back to serving the Most High. You dig what I'm saying? To reteach them how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's what it's all about. Our people are conditioned and uneducated on what to do morally on this earth. We base our moral principles on the oppressor. Right? When it comes to the oppressor, he don't let nothing slide. You know what I'm saying? He come from Lamech, right? When Lamech say, if one harm me, 7 others gonna get harmed. You dig what I'm saying? That's the spirit of your oppressor. Right? So we learn our morality from that beast. When Christ is giving us on how to be moral on this earth, we have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and that is our mission as men in the ISUPK to get Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to do. We don't go on the street corners and be like, where your fringes at? You ain't got a fringe? Oh, where your beard at? Or to people who never even heard of a fringe. How the hell you gonna try to condemn somebody who who ain't got a ribbon of blue, who never even heard of a ribbon of blue? Your job is to educate them about that. You dig what I'm saying? And if you go out there and thinking that you can stone everybody who don't want to listen to you, or you can chop the head off, or outcast whoever who don't want to listen to you, you're sadly mistaken. Dig what I'm saying? Christ says, don't judge. You're not qualified to sentence nobody if you are a sinner as well too. If you are guilty as well too. Right? I'm guessing it's raining where you at too, Trooper Kawash, is it?
I think so, sir. I'm having some issue over here. It's a lot. Yes, sir.
All right. All right. If you can give me back to what you left off in 7 and 1. And Just read on.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 2. For with what judgment he judge, he shall be judged. And with to you again. Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
With now that you explained it, I understand this one here. But then again, once I go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2,
right,
verse 15, and that was the connection here that kind of threw me off, sir. Salakia.
Now, for sure, we definitely gonna get to that. If you could just finish out verse 3, so we just understand chapter 7, and then we'll get to the 1 Corinthians.
Kind, sir. Verse 3. And why beholdest thou the mark that is in thy brother's eyes, but considerest not the beam that is in thy own eyes? 4. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mark out of thy eyes, and behold, a beam is in thy own eyes?
Right. Christ is saying, like, how could you go to a brother who got a mote? Like, let's say he got a stick in his eye, or like what's that called? A splinter. There you go. That's what, when you get the piece, a little chunk of wood in your finger, right? Let's say you had a splinter in your eye, right? How could you go up to somebody and be like, hey, let me help you get that out of your eye, when you have a whole log in your eye? You dig what I'm saying? How could you go out and correct somebody when you're as guilty just as them? How could you go out and judge or sentence somebody when you're just as guilty as them? You know who this verse is so fitting for? Outside of Israel, is also fitting for your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Because he has no qualifications for him to try to sentence Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in his court system. Seeing how he's guilty from countless of murders, guilty of all type of theft. You know what I'm saying? He is guilty, but yet he goes out to judge, thinking that he can judge this whole planet Earth and decide who gets nuclear weapons and who doesn't. Well, who the hell died and made you God? You understand what I'm saying? Well, our people, we have to live a moral and righteous life. And if we're going to go out and judge people, right? If we're going to go out and sentence people, make sure that you're not guilty of the same thing that you're sentencing them for. Don't try to go out and pull out a mop out of your brother's eye and you didn't first take out the beam that's in your eye. Don't fix your issue if you didn't. Don't try to fix another brother's issue if you didn't first fix your issue. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Cut on God.
Right. Read on.
Kind, sir. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thy own eye.
Thou what?
Thy own eyes.
Thou, the start in the beginning of the verse?
Kind, sir. Thou hypocrite.
Thou what?
First cast out the beam. Thy beam. First cast out the beam. First cast out the beam
verse one more time. Beginning of
out of thy own eyes.
Beginning of the verse. Thou what?
Kind, sir.
Uh-huh.
Thy hypocrite.
Thou what?
Thy hypocrite.
When you judge, that you be judged not, you don't want to be a what?
Thy hypocrite.
You don't want to be a hypocrite. You understand what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of Christ saying that. You don't want to be a hypocrite. Right? Is it our job to correct people and tell people what to do? Yes, that is our job. But we're not out there sentencing nobody. So by me correcting you, I'm not judging you because I ain't sentencing you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if I'm going out there to sentence somebody, on that level of extreme, I have to make sure everything that I'm doing in my life is 100% right with the Lord, or else I won't be qualified to cast that first stone.
Well, we know that
Right?
ain't Esau.
Right. We definitely know that ain't Esau. So let me get the Corinthians 1, Kawash, Baba Kasha.
Come on, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Come on, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things.
But he that is what?
But he that is spiritual judgeth all things.
He that is spiritual, right? How do somebody become spiritual? What does it mean to be spiritual?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
To be one with Yahweh.
That's a great answer. How do you become one with Yahweh?
Salakia, the one.
Go ahead.
By obeying him, by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
There you have it, right? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right? And these are the standards and the principles that we guide our lives with, right? And it's not only for our own individual lives, but for us as a nation, right? This is the standard that's going to be set. And somebody that's spiritual, that's one with the Most High, right? We got to make sure that everybody is following the rules of the Most High. You dig what I'm saying? If you're not following the rules of the Most High, how could you tell somebody else to do the same thing? How could you condemn or convict somebody that's doing something that you're guilty of? You can't be spiritual if you're not serving the Lord. Right? And we making sure that we get ourselves together here in the ISUPK. So that way, when we do judge, we're not doing it based off of man's standards or not based off what we feel is right, but we're doing it based off what the Lord said was right. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Okay, sir.
All right. So start me up from the top of that verse again.
Can you hear me, sir? Salakia, my phone. I'm having some issue here.
Yeah, I know. If you could just do your best, and then.
Okay, sir.
I'll try to
sir. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things.
Right, judges all things according to what the Lord has set for us. He judges all things. He that is spiritual, right? Read on. Not a hypocrite. Read on.
Yeah.
He out. If somebody else can read it, if somebody grab it.
Salakia, sir, I got it.
Oh, go ahead, Trooper. I'll let Trooper Kawatham read.
Verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man.
Right. He himself is judge of no man. Right. This is somebody that's keeping the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody that's blameless. Right. If any man desires to be a bishop, he must be blameless. Hey, shalom, sir. Yahabashir Khan, sir, the link is posted in the chat. Link is posted in the chat. It's right here. Let me see. I'll share it again. So like I said, I'll share it. Let me just place this real quick. All right. Read that one more time, Triple Cover Tongue.
Khan out of Khan, sir. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things. Yet he himself is judge of no man. Verse 16. For who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ.
Right. You know what I'm saying? This is a man who come and change his life. Right? If you become born again, whatever you did in the past, nobody can sentence you for that. right? Because Christ already died for that. If your sentence was death, there is a man in the Bible, our king, that already paid that price for you. Right? So you becoming brand new, changing your life, you will learn how to become spiritual so that way you can judge rightful on this earth. Like the Bible says, know ye not that the saints shall judge the earth? Right? This is what we are. We are the saints of the Most High. And the Lord is going to give us authority to make judgment on this earth, to make sentencings on this earth. Right? But that comes with us being spiritual. That comes with us being righteous, making sure that we're not hypocrites. So nobody can say, well, you guilty of smoking weed. Why are you trying to chop this brother head off for smoking weed as well too? Right? No man should be able to judge you for it if you're not smoking weed. Right or wrong? Right.
That's right.
Nobody should judge you for that if you're not doing it. All right. But your job is right now is to wake up these lost tribes so they can serve the Most High. So that way they don't get judged for what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Because there will be a time where the saints will judge the earth. All right. Well, we will give out sentences to people. So like I said, you on here, sir, if you wanted to say something.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shalom.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem.
But nah, you can continue your class. I'll chime in whenever.
Okay, Most High in Christ. So, any more on that verse, Kawatham? Well, that was it.
Adawan.
That was it. Did you hear the answer, Trooper Kawash? Yeah, his phone jammed up. It's getting kind of late. It's about to be 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. I know y'all ready to leave and eat. I know y'all hungry, but I'm gonna be as quick as possible. Sister Bayana says, I think we're back. Did you hear my answer, sis? Let me know. Let me know if you need me to repeat it. Real quick, T Wills. All right, respect because you go a person funeral is showing respect. If you go to somebody, let's say you lost somebody that you love, right? And you want to go to show love, your final moments with this person is nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's not nothing that you can change from you going to the funeral. It's not like this is somebody that's gonna be walking again or talking again, right? But this is somebody you once knew. Their spirit is now leaving this physical body and is about to be transferred to another body that you don't have no idea who it's gonna be, but you want to pay your respect. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? As far as let the dead bury the dead. Salaki, so you want to say something?
No, I was about to say, hey, Salaki for coming in late. I ain't even know. Shit, I forgot y'all hour ahead of us. Salaki, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
coming
okay,
late.
yeah, right. You got a different time zone where you at.
Yeah,
Okay,
we an hour behind y'all, so
okay.
Salaki for that.
Nah, it's Most High in Christ with the hopping on, sir. Most High in Christ. But just to answer the dead burying the dead, Christ told that brother that because they had work to do. Like I mentioned, the whole thing about it, the context behind it is when we doing the work of the Lord. You dig what I'm saying? That's where it really, you want to schedule it in a way where it don't interrupt the work of the Lord. You dig what I'm saying? So a brother that's an officer, a priest in the school, if he's needed for camp, if he's needed for a food drive, if he needed to teach class, to do some type of service in the school, you dig what I'm saying? It depending on whether or not his camp leader approves it, is what he'll decide if he goes to this funeral or not. You know what I mean? But other than that, when Christ said that, is because Christ was on his way about to be crucified, so he needed the brothers to work. He needed the brothers to come out and work. You You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, it's nothing wrong with going to a funeral, bro. It's not, you know.
If I can too,
Go ahead.
what you said is heavy, because that means don't skip out on the work of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to find any opportunity to say, I can't do the work of the Most High. Hey, I got to go to a funeral. Hey, I got to do this or that. Or, hey, that. No, you're going to do the work of the Most High first. You're going to put this work first. Like scriptures, this is your first wife. It's truth is your first wife. That's what you should be doing first. Everything else, secondary.
Damn right.
If you have the opportunity, to say, I'm gonna go to a funeral, I'm gonna go to camp, then you know what you should choose. That's all I want to say about the show.
Damn right. Damn right. That's what it's all about, man. It's not, you know, as a sister, you know what I mean? Like, if you got a loved one that passed away, your auntie passed away, you want to go and view her body, it's okay, you know what I mean? But for a brother that took this oath, I mean, your service might be needed from you. You know, just talk to your camp leader. If your camp leader decides it's okay for you to go, then the brother's he's clear to go. You dig what I'm saying? But if he's needed, then his service will require him to be there. You dig what I'm saying? So that's basically what it's all about. Real quick, briefly. I don't want to hold y'all too long. Go ahead, sir. So, you were gonna say something?
No.
His phone breaking up a little bit. Real quick, since said concert, can you repeat the last few things? So your phone breaking up. But yeah, the sister, as far as what she asks about the language that we spoke, what was the verse that you grabbed in Zephaniah? Slightly, sir, it's breaking up still. You could tell me the verse that you grabbed in Zephaniah, Magazar. Was it Zephaniah 3 and?
It was 1 Corinthians verse 1.
1 Corinthians 13:1 was one of them, right? So write this down, sis, or have your husband write this down. 1 Corinthians 13:1, and what was the other one? Zephaniah. You on mute, Magazar, if you speaking.
Salaki, my bad. Damn. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 9.
Zephaniah 3 and 9. So Zephaniah 3 and 9, 1 Corinthians 13:1 will let you know that we're going to be speaking our native tongue in the kingdom of the Most High. All we're doing right now, even us coming back to the law, statute, commandments, the Bible says we have to rehearse the righteous acts. You know what I'm saying? So like these are things that we're unfamiliar with because we've been programmed since birth to live a certain way that's outside of the Bible. So what we're doing now, we're getting ourselves familiar with it so we can perfect it when Christ returns.
Right.
So that comes with not only our lifestyle, but also our languages that we speak. We're perfecting our Dislashwan Kodash. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get it all the way right. Soon enough, we're going to be able to have a full conversation in the Paleo Hebrew. Right or wrong, Magazar?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Magazar going to make sure that full conversation back and forth. Motherfuckers ain't going to know what the hell you talking about, but it's going to be your native tongue. You know what I'm saying? So that's the two verses. All right. There was one more real quick. Says my other question: will ISUPK hold online cooking, gardening classes, also sewing classes, carpenter classes, pottery classes, and how to properly raise for farm audit? That's a good question, sis. Good question. Follow us on all social media. All of that is gonna come through. We're gonna make sure of that. We're gonna make sure of that, sis. So that's great. You know what I'm saying? Because that's stuff we definitely need. Salakia, I can't get an Amos 5 and 18. We're supposed to be about to return of the Lord. Dang. We out of time. I'm sorry. Somebody can grab me that real quick, and we're gonna go through it real quick. If I could, real quick, y'all. We out of time. This is the last question. Let me see if you was in here earlier. If you in here earlier, I'm gonna ask you a question. If you wasn't, you came late, man. You can't be coming late into class. You can't be doing that, man. You know what I mean? Imagine if you was in high school. You think they'll allow you to be late into class? Nope. You want to treat the same thing. You want to treat this class the same way you would treat anything. The Lord is watching. The angels are taking record. All right. Do not come in here late. Okay, you was in here at 8 o'clock. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna answer your question. All right, no sweat. I'm gonna let it slide this time, my nigga. I'm messing with you. I'm messing around, but please don't be late, y'all. But go ahead. You got that for me, Warrior?
Khan, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Mm-hmm.
The day of the Most High is darkness and not light.
Right, man. This precept cuts every Christian who thinks Christ is coming to hug everybody and love everybody. In Revelation, it says that Christ judge and do make war. Christ is coming to make war on this earth. It said that his vesture was dipped in blood. You dig what I'm saying? That's what Christ is coming to do. He's coming to slaughter. He said, those my enemies who that shall not, I'm paraphrasing, worship before me, bring them hither and slay them before me. I'm paraphrasing, right? Christ is coming to put people on to death. You understand what I'm saying? So what this verse is saying, the day of the Lord is going to be a day of darkness. And if you thinking that God is going to come and rapture you and rapture in the love of God and the love of Christ, you're sadly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? If you're not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, the day of the Lord is going to be a day of darkness for you. You understand what I'm saying? You see that lightning that's flashing in the background? That's the day of the Lord. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And he coming with authority and anger on this earth. And if you're not right, you're gonna get caught up in the crossfire. So that's the breakdown of that verse. All right. You looking forward to the day of the Lord? Well, you better look forward to it if you're right. You know what I'm saying? If you're not right, you better pray that the day don't come. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't coming to play no games. Somebody want to say something?
Salaki, I don't want.
I'm gonna get Trooper Kawatham first, and I got you, Trooper. Y'all
gonna be a part of that. Gonna be a part of that wine press when he come back.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be part of that wine press. You don't. Coming to the ISUPK, we're gonna make sure you're not part of that wine press. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Troop.
I'm right.
Salaki, I don't want. Even Bob Marley sings that we should fight against, we should stand together and fight against the Holy Armageddon, because he wants one love, and there's no one love.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not, he says, as much as I love is who I chastise and condemn. You know what I'm saying? So he do not play games. All right. Anything else, man? So we about to get up out of here, man. Big up, Most High Christ. Somebody want to say something?
Salakia, I want to say a special something to Officer Canuck. He can't be cooking no tomahawks without the rest of us.
Where he at? He still in here? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nah, I second that, Kawatham. I agree, my nigga. I agree.
And he posted it on Facebook, try to show out.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to get some of that tomahawk too, man. But Most High Christ, big up to the officer.
I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know what the scripture had when Christ said he came to be unalive for everybody on earth.
You say he came to unalive everybody on earth? You say he came to love everybody on earth?
Christ said he was unalive. He was unalive for everybody on earth. What that scripture at?
If I could just quote it real quick in Luke 19:27, y'all. Luke 19:27. Read that for yourself. You'll see that Christ will chop your head off if you don't serve him. You know what I'm saying?
But other than that, man, big up, Osai in Christ. The water, Officer Magazar, Trooper Kawatham, Trooper Razan, Trooper Yawa Kwayum, Officer Kanak, Trooper Kawash, Trooper Mashah, the sisters that's in the chat, man, Sister Bayana, Levant, T Will, everybody that's tuning in, the water for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Share this content so we can get up out of this hellhole, so our brothers and sisters can wake up to this truth. The class will continue on the same channel, ISUPK Florida, tomorrow at 7 p.m. All right. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and say shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
Shalom.
All right.